My name is Yasir Naqvi. I have the great honor and privilege of serving as a Member of Parliament for Ottawa Centre. And welcome all to the Sherwood Market in Delhi. My kids just go to school up the street, so I know this place really, really well. And I want to first thank Gabriel for hosting us, letting us invade his space so early in the morning. Thank you very much. He's been running this business for 28 years. Really proud of everything you do, and we always here to help you. I'm thrilled to be joined by so many of my incredible colleagues. You'll be hearing from Minister Anita Anand shortly, from Minister Yara Sachs as well. But I want to welcome and thank my colleagues and friend Mona Fortier, who's the Member of Parliament for Ottawa Vanier, Anita Vanderveld, who's the Member of Parliament for Ottawa West Nepean. And I also want to thank Lindsay Childerhose, who's the Executive Director of Preston Street BIA, for being here with us. Look, this is a very important announcement. I can tell you, since we've been talking about this important affordability initiative, I've been hearing from many businesses in my community, especially restaurants and stores like this, asking for more details because they're really excited that the opportunities is going to create. We've been living through some really challenging times. Cost of living has been a real issue. All of us who have knocked on doors hear from members of our community who tells us that their budgets are stretched. As things are getting better, they're still working that much harder to make sure that they are able to help their families. And we are here to help Canadians, to every single person who live in communities like the ones we are here right now in, to make sure that they are able to spend money in a way that really helps them to enjoy the quality of life that they have worked so hard for. And that's why the measures that the Prime Minister announced yesterday that we are talking about today is going to help everyday Canadians in their everyday life. I'm really excited to welcome Minister Anita Anand, who's the Minister of Transport and the President of the Treasury Board, to come forward and give more details as to how we're going to help residents right here in Ottawa Centre, but all residents and businesses across the city of Ottawa. Minister Anand.
I got to prevent myself from not eating this row of stuff and that row of stuff. I have a sweet tooth. Well, listen, thank you so much, Yasir, and obviously Mona, Lindsay, Anita, Yara. It's a real privilege to be able to start Friday morning with you, and Gabrielle as well. Thank you for having us here. It's my first time here, but I'm sure it's not my last. So thank you so much. As Yasir mentioned, the past few years have been challenging, and prices have risen, especially on items like food. Bien que l'inflation diminue et que les taux d'intérêt baissent, on sait que les Canadiens n'en restent pas encore ces effets sur le budget de leur ménage. À l'approche du temps des fêtes, ici maintenant, les familles et en particulier les parents sont particulièrement inquiets. Canadians have been through a lot. They work hard, and we see that. Our government cannot set prices at the checkout. But what we can do is to be there for Canadians when times are tough, to ensure that they have more money in their pockets, to help them afford the things that they need, and to save for the things that they want. We've heard from Canadians, and we are responding. We are now going to be able to put forward this initiative of a tax break for all Canadians for 2 months. Starting on December 14th, there will be a GST, HST exemption across the country. Canadians will be able to buy essential goods like diapers, like prepared foods, like groceries, all tax-free, not to mention clothing, and in particular children's clothing. These essentials, all tax-free, in places like Sherwood Deli, That's takeout sandwiches, that's chips, that's pre-made meals, tax-free. We're removing the GST and the HST. Pour 2 mois, les Canadiens vont bénéficier d'un véritable répit pour tout ce qu'ils achètent. On sait également qu'il nous reste encore beaucoup à faire, en particulier pour les travailleurs canadiens. Et le ministre Sachs en dira plus à ce sujet. So, my friends, as we approach the holidays, as we get into the new year, these are things where we recognize that Canadians are feeling the squeeze, and we are here to help. Families will be spending quality time together over the coming weeks. Some will light Christmas trees and buy gifts. Some will share a meal with family and friends. Some might just make hot chocolate, order takeout, and stay in for a movie night. With today's announcement, we are making life a bit easier so that Canadians have more money in their pockets for the things they would like to have. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Je vais passer la parole maintenant à la ministre Sachs.
Merci, Minister Anand, and thank you, bon matin, good morning. And I want to start by, first of all, thanking Gabriel. Thank you for welcoming us into, really, it's your business, but also like a central part of the community here. This is where, as Yasir said, he stops by with his kids in the morning. This is where people stop by to grab a quick cup of coffee, a great sandwich. I hear the desserts are amazing, and I'm a bars. But really, you are part of the community, and local businesses really matter in making the vibrancy of our communities, of how we connect, how we break bread together, how we share meals together, really, really matters. And this is why the announcement today is so important. You know, we're coming towards the holiday season, and it's a stressful time of year for many, many families. With rising prices and other challenges, families have to make tough choices. They've had to. We've heard this at doors across the country, and we've been listening to Canadians. And as Minister Anand mentioned, yesterday the Prime Minister announced new measures that will help put more money in Canadians' pockets this holiday season, because it's a time where we come together. It's a time where we really build those meaningful relationships with families and friends and neighbors. And we want it to be a time where people don't feel constrained or held back from sharing those moments, whether, as Anita said, a movie or getting together for a meal, potluck dinners, so on and so forth. This is really a time for joy. So through this rebate, Canadians who worked in 2023 with net earnings of up to $150,000 will receive a $250 check starting early next spring. So we want to carry Canadians through the holiday season, but also into the new year. And what does this mean? It means that it will give 18.7 million Canadians extra cash to pay for the essentials. We're doing this because we've seen that while inflation and interest rates have come down, we know that Canadians aren't feeling it yet, particularly in their wallets. So these measures will mean that real relief is there when you go to the register. We're working to give Canadian families a break this winter and into the spring so that they can get what they need and also save for what they want. You know, like many parents, you know, the allowance at the end of the week, the kids will come into a store like Gabriel's to buy that little treat, that favorite chocolate bar, or I'm sure the amazing desserts that are here. And we want to be able to give our families and communities the opportunity to save and enjoy those things. The rebate builds on a variety of other measures we've taken to make life more affordable for everyone. And let's think about it for a minute. We've been working as a government to really carry Canadians through the day-to-day of their lives and make it easier, such as the Canadian Dental Care Plan, which is giving more Canadians access to affordable dental care so they can live healthy lives. More than 2.5 million Canadians have now been approved to receive coverage through the plan. And the National School Food Program, which will provide kids across Canada with healthy meals so they can learn, grow, and reach their full potential. As a parent, I certainly know, as so many parents across the country, Making sure our kids have a good start to the day with a good meal really matters for success. But we've also built affordable early learning and child care, a system that is right across this country, providing $10 a day childcare in communities. This has been a huge game changer for Canadian families. And finally, the Canada Child Benefit, which has helped lift thousands of children across this country out of poverty, and it's given family funds and support for the things that matter most, whether it's winter boots, a snowsuit, skates for the hockey rink, all the things that really make life meaningful and thriving for our children across this country. So these are just a few examples of how the Canadian government, not just today, and not just with the announcement yesterday, but every day has been working to make sure that lives of Canadian families are better and more affordable, because we know when Canadian families succeed, that Canada will succeed even through challenging times. So our commitment to you is that we will continue to work to make life more affordable for everyone, both during the holiday season and beyond. Thank you, everyone. Merci.
Thank you very much, Anita and Yara. This is much needed relief. This is real savings for Canadians. A 2-month tax holiday on GST and HST on so many essentials that we consume on a regular basis is real savings for all of our members of our community. It's a real boost for so many of our businesses, especially our small businesses like the one here at Sherwood Deli. So we're really excited to have worked hard, to have advocated the government create a real practical relief for Canadians, and this really does that. Not to mention the $250 directly to you in spring is going to allow you to, again, be able to use that money towards things that you need the most. It's money back in your pocket for you to decide how best to use it. As we are in a holiday time, as everybody has mentioned, we know things get even more challenging, and we have to make some sacrifices so that we can enjoy our holiday seasons. This will allow you to be just that much more comfortable as you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, the holiday season with your family members. To talk about the impact of these important relief that we're providing to Canadians, I'm really excited that Lindsay Childerhose, who is the Executive Director of the Preston Street BIA, representing so many small businesses on Preston Street here in Little Italy, is here with us to tell us what she's hearing from businesses. Lindsay.
Okay, thank you for the introduction, Yasir. As he mentioned, I'm with the Preston Street BIA, and we represent 270 businesses in the area known as Ottawa's Little Italy. I also want to thank Minister Anand, Minister Sachs, and of course Sherwood Deli for bringing us together today to talk about this great news for businesses. As you know, yesterday Prime Minister Trudeau announced that starting December 14th, the federal government will be giving a tax break to all Canadians. With the GST, HST exemption across the country, Canadians will be able to buy essentials like groceries, snacks, and gifts, all tax-free. This new tax break will also apply to restaurants, both dine-in and take-out, prepared foods, beer, and wine, among other things. For local family-owned businesses in my community of Ottawa's Little Italy, like Marcello's, Luciano's, Pietro's Corner, this tax break will help bring people in and boost business at this key time for retail. You can dine out at Dreamland Cafe, Trattoria Cafe Italia, or Annabella's Kitchen and enjoy saving on the tax. In January and February, which is the slowest months of the year for our restaurants, this tax break, we hope, will encourage you to go out to eat and support local businesses during that critical time. So overall, this is great news for our business community, for our neighborhood, and for all Canadians. We hope this tax break will give you a reason to support local this holiday season and a little more time to spend with family and friends. Thank you.
Thanks, Lindsay. You're right, Mona. Support local. Support local. Go shop. Come to Sherwood Deli. Go to your local convenience stores, go to your local businesses and restaurants, and please support them. They are our neighbors, and they work really hard to support our entire community. We're really happy that you came. I am looking at my friend right now to take on the part as you balance the tripod. Fantastic, well done. To take on the role to moderate the Q&A session. Thank you.
Questions? Do we have any questions? No? All right. So back to you, MT Naqvi. Thank you.
That's
That was
great.
quick.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Don't leave empty-handed. Please go spend some money and buy some things some snacks for the weekend. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.